Alright, so I've had my mozzarella sticks in the freezer for quite a while, and this is what they look like. Obviously those are the Cheez It, those are the classic, so I'm going to go ahead and fry them up and give them a taste and see what we think. These only take a couple of minutes to fry up. I have my oil at 350 degrees. Hopefully they don't ooze out too bad. And then once they start to rise to the top, you know they're getting pretty close to done. Alrighty. So, obviously the breading on the classic got a little darker as they cook, and that is normal. That's hot. That's the classic Italian. That is the Cheez It. So I'm going to let those cool for just a sec. And then, so what I did for the marinara is I just had some plain marinara. It wasn't seasoned. So sometimes I like to add a little bit of garlic powder and basil and just kind of flavor it up a little bit. And another thing I like to do, as soon as they come out, I like to sprinkle them with some Parmesan. I'm going to leave the Cheez-Its alone and just kind of let those be just a basic, so I could just tell what the taste is like, since I've never had them before. So I'm going to go ahead and break one of these open, see if they fried. Yep, stringy. Dip it in the marinara. Those are good. You can still taste the herbs. It's got a good herb flavor. You can taste a little bit of the Parmesan. That's a pretty good classic mozzarella stick recipe. So like I said, I mentioned the measurements as I did them while I was making them. And if you double the amount that you're making and you end up doubling the amount of panko breadcrumb, just double the amount of herbs and seasonings that I said I mentioned in there. So now we're going to look at the Cheez It. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Let's see if any of the cheese flavor stuck after frying. Oh wow. You can taste the Cheez It. That's cool. That's pretty good, actually. If you like Cheez Its, you might like that. Like I said, the problem with the Doritos is the powder they put on them, it just, it doesn't hold up in the fryer. They become flavorless, so it's like you breaded your Dorito mozzarella sticks with just flavorless breadcrumbs. But the Cheez It flavor did hold up, so I'm glad I finally tried that. That's pretty cool. They taste good. Let's see. Damn. Yeah. They don't taste too bad. And like I said, I only put a little bit of parsley, a little salt, a little pepper, and some Parmesan on these. You could add a little bit more seasoning if you wanted more of a classic Italian herbs and spices combo with the Cheez It flavor. But the cheesy Cheez It flavor held up nice. I'm pretty impressed with that. So if you like Cheez Its and you want some cheese on cheese flavor, that's a pretty good go-to. And I would also highly suggest sprinkling the Parmesan over the mozzarella sticks as soon as they come out, because it just gives it that little extra kick. And they kind of start to, the little pieces start to kind of melt to the mozzarella sticks. So yeah, those are really good. Like I said, in the description box, I'm not going to write down the exact teaspoon recipes of the herbs. I'm just going to write down what herbs I used, and then you can watch in the video the amount of each herb that I say, because it's going to vary based on how many batches you're making, and therefore how many or how much breadcrumb you're going to need. But yeah, those are pretty good. And something else you can do is you can make a bunch of these, freeze them in the freezer on a paper plate, and then after a couple hours, once they've all frozen and all the coating is adhered, you can throw a bunch of them, like 30, into a freezer bag and pop them back in the freezer, and you've got them ready to go for months for whenever you want to fry up some homemade mozzarella sticks real quick. So I've done that before. But hell yeah to the Cheez It mozzarella sticks. I'm glad I tried that. That's definitely one I'm going to keep. Pretty damn good. Adds that little extra cheddar cheesy flavor to your, God, what's the name of that cheese? To the mozzarella cheese stick. Alright, well, if you like Cheez Its and you found this recipe interesting, I'd suggest giving it a try. Doing this is pretty easy. The only thing is it just takes a little bit of time to bread them, but it's worth it. Especially the double coating is worth it. Using the flour first is worth it. But once you get them going, there's a really good mozzarella to breading flavor ratio. And like I said, I fried them at 350 degrees in vegetable oil for probably I'm sure it was no more than 2 minutes that I did that. Well, hell, you can even see on the video and check the time if you want. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with those, so right on. Alright, well, you guys take care out there in this crazy ass quarantine time. If you can't get out and you got a few things laying around you want to make it, boom.